Turning to farm news now, late Friday morning, USDA announced a one-week extension for the tomorrow deadline regarding involvement in the current Farm Bill. Farmers have one additional week until April 7th to choose between agriculture risk coverage and price loss coverage, the safety net programs in the 2014 Farm Bill. Final day to update yield history or reallocate base acres is also April 7th. Farm Service Agency Director Val Dolcini testified before the House Ag Committee Thursday. He said 1/4 of U.S. farmers hadn't finished their paperwork for choosing between ARC or PLC. Farmers can contact their local Farm Service Agency county office by April 7th to get the job done. In the 2014 election, several states passed laws requiring any genetically modified food to be labeled as such in stores. That immediately created an outcry from food processors and ag groups. Last week, the U.S. House Ag Committee held a hearing on creation of a national labeling law, which seems to be approved by anti-GMO activists, food processors, and ag groups.
GMO labeling would affect every kind of food product, because even if there are ingredients, every state right now has the ability to make their own law. So it would be a ridiculous effort for companies supplying food products to have a different label for every state, because today every state has that ability to make that. So we need a blanket that gives sort of a common sense rule to what kind of labels, what kind of things should be on a label, and every state would be able to buy into that as long as it's appropriate and the proper label would make sense to us. But going on a state-to-state level would cause just a real packaging nightmare and a real unclear message, and especially where you're in a border city. You know, if you bought something in Minnesota versus buying something in North Dakota, if it had a different label, I think there'd be confusion to the consumer, and I don't know that that's good for any of us. So I think we're better off to try to get some federal legislation that creates a blanket that makes a clear standard that we can all live with.
And the estimates are that there would be about $500 a year additional cost to every family's food bill if you in fact had the state-by-state labeling. They've attempted to do it in California and Oregon and Washington, Colorado, and they were defeated there. In Vermont, in fact, it did pass, and we're already seeing issues with Vermont that are causing problems in neighboring states.
Meanwhile, Friday, North Dakota's legislature and the governor modified the law which prevents out-of-state corporations from farming in the state, but opponents aren't going away quietly. Friday afternoon, a crowd gathered at the state capitol to express their displeasure. The new law will allow corporate-run dairy and swine farms and corporate-owned farmland of up to 1 square mile. That hasn't been allowed in the state for more than 80 years. Critics say they aren't giving up. They filed paperwork with the Secretary of State asking that the issue go to the voters. If approved, they'll soon begin gathering signatures.
In North Dakota, we've proven time and time again that we can deliver what's necessary to get the food to the people, and not only that, provide food to the rest of our country at the most reasonable price possible, and still have enough to do energy and to feed much of the world. Why would one question if we have the ability to continue to move forward?
Well, they estimate they will need to gather about 14,000 signatures to get the issue on the next general election ballot. Time now for Iron Monday, brought to you by Degelman, asking you to take a look at their Pro-Till field cultivator. Farmers who attended the Sugar Beet Institute at the Fargo Dome last week had the opportunity to spend a little time in the sandbox. No, they weren't playing. It was a demo of how the new Case IH planter digs a trench for proper seed placement.
What this is demoing is the agronomic advantages of the Case IH Early Riser row unit. And it's hard to show that on concrete here on the dome floor, so we bring in a trailer that has some good fine sand in it to really accentuate, really highlight the agronomic advantages that you're going to find in your field. We'll show you in the sand here in the simulator.
We are going to show the difference in how the row units run in the ground, and the difference in the way we open our seed trench versus the way their planter opens their seed trench. And then also we'll do a demonstration on how we close that back up and get that proper seed to soil contact that we're looking for uniform emergence. And the way we do that is we use our gauge wheel, which is a reduced inner diameter gauge wheel, which keeps soil, the loose soil on the side of the trench, we pull it out of the trench, when we get the loose soil on the side of the trench, and then we run a firming point across the bottom of the seed trench to take out any of that W pattern, we use an offset opening disc that opens the trench on an offset pattern from the front to the back. This allows this loose soil to boil up, and we can keep that soil on the side of the trench so we can use it when we cover that trench back up.
Now, you wouldn't think that digging a trench in the soil involves so much technology, but apparently it does. So we'll have more on this process tomorrow morning on Technology Tuesday. All right, that's our farm news this morning. Right after the break, we'll come back and check the farming forecast. They are farming in parts of the U.S.